Hola, don Jerry Nash, mucho gusto. Mi nombre es Natalia Lobo. Estoy muy complacida de estar aquí, de saludarte, de estar acá con el presidente de la Comisión de Ajedrez Educativo de la FIDE. Me complace mucho y esta entrevista es para conversar acá y comentarle a los docentes la importancia del ajedrez educativo.
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure to be here. This is my first visit to Costa Rica. I hope it's not my last. I come to this position as chairman of the Chess and Education Commission for the International Chess Federation. I come to this position as an educator, as a parent, as a teacher, as a chess player. I've been involved in training teachers for more than 20 years. My daughters are teachers, my wife is a teacher, so I've been a part of the education community. So chess as an educational tool is very important to me. And I'm happy to be here in Costa Rica, where there is the potential for an exciting new chess initiative.
Muchas gracias. Ahora quiero que hablemos un poco porque esta entrevista tiene como objetivo que varios docentes del país podamos comprender más sobre el ajedrez educativo. Entonces empiezo preguntándote, como personas docentes, ¿por qué debemos de tomarnos el trabajo de meter el ajedrez en la educación?
I've had the opportunity to train teachers for more than 20 years. And consistently, when teachers ask me what I do and I tell them, the response is this: chess? You mean the game chess? Because in their experience, they have no idea that chess relates to anything that they do in the classroom. And so I have been a classroom teacher. My wife is a classroom teacher. My daughters are teachers. So I've been a part of the education community for most of my life. It was not until about 20 years ago I was coaching children and I realized the educational value of chess. Now, I had experienced it, but I had not thought about the educational connections. So now when I'm talking to teachers, I talk about the benefits, the connections to the classroom of academic and 21st century skills.
Eso me lleva a otra pregunta. ¿Cómo se pueden capacitar los docentes que quieren aprender del ajedrez?
Most of the teachers that I work with have no knowledge of chess. Now, sometimes they have a little bit. In fact, sometimes I have teachers tell me, my husband tried to teach me how to play chess. It was a disaster. And even men who are teachers who played chess have never thought about how to use chess as a pedagogical tool. So how do you train teachers? Well, first, you take away the fear, the intimidation of the game. You help them to understand that, yes, they can do this. You don't have to be a great chess player. You don't have to be a grandmaster. All you need to know is a little bit of knowledge of the basics of chess, and you can use chess as an educational tool. So that's one thing that you do in training. The other thing is you help them to understand how this will help their students, because teachers were not hired to teach chess. They were hired to teach the curriculum. And so part of the training is you help them to understand how to use chess, not to replace the curriculum, but as the vehicle to teach the curriculum.
¿Cuál es la diferencia entre el ajedrez educativo y el ajedrez en las escuelas?
That is an excellent question. The point of competitive chess as for tournaments, the goal is to win. The goal is to become really good at chess. Now, there are certain skills that you pick up along the way. There's self-discipline and focus. So it's not that competitive chess is bad, but the goal is different. Plus, competitive chess reaches a small percentage of all of the children. And the truth is, all children need the skills that chess brings. So chess as an educational tool is not focused on making strong chess players. It's about helping students to gain academic and 21st century skills.
¿Puedes comentarnos cuáles son esas habilidades que desarrollan los niños al jugar el ajedrez?
Oh, if we had 3 or 4 hours, I could begin to talk a little bit about all the skills that children get, but I will keep it short. So when children are learning chess, educational chess, they're learning focus. They are engaged because chess is a game. It's fun. Children like to play games. They like to solve puzzles. And chess offers almost an endless array of opportunities for puzzle solving and decision making. So, what are children learning? Well, first of all, they're learning the 21st century skills. They're learning how to think creatively. They're learning how to think critically, how to make good decisions. They're also learning collaboration and communication skills. That's what chess and education is about. Not only that, but they are also, in many cases, learning the skills in the curriculum. So, literacy skills, math skills, scientific process. They're able to learn that using chess, and so they learn faster and they remember it longer.
Es muy interesante y fascinante todo esto que nos comentas, lo que me hace preguntarme también, ¿cómo podemos lograr que los docentes quieran aprender y también promover este bello deporte en las escuelas?
So, how do we motivate teachers? Well, most teachers that I know entered the profession of teaching because they wanted to make a difference in the lives of children. They wanted to help them to think critically. They want children to have those skills, not just to be successful in the classroom, but to be successful in life. And so when teachers understand that chess as an educational tool is not about playing a 2-hour game of chess during the day. Nobody has time for that. When they realize that chess really can help them achieve the goals of changing those children's lives, they become very motivated. They begin to realize, I don't have to be a great chess player. In fact, it's okay if some of my children beat me when we're playing chess. That's wonderful because they are learning and it changes the relationship between the child and the teacher. So teachers love to use chess in the classroom. So once they discover that, they begin to motivate other teachers.
¿Nos puedes compartir ejemplos de éxito académico que han tenido estudiantes alrededor del mundo?
The amazing thing right now is that many countries are discovering the power of chess to change lives. And so countries in the past like Armenia and Georgia had chess in every school. It was primarily about chess, but the goal was still to help students improve critical thinking. But countries like Kazakhstan and in recent weeks, Pakistan announced that they wanted chess in 10,000 schools in the area around Islamabad because they want their students to have those skills to be successful in the classroom and in life. So even in the United States, where I have done a lot of my work in terms of teacher training, there are different states who've realized chess engages students because they want to play games, but also chess helps students to focus. And if students are engaged and focused, they're ready to learn. Most recently, I was in Zimbabwe and Nigeria leading teacher training for teachers and making presentations to educators in the country. And they were excited about this opportunity for their students to get these skills that's connected with a game. So around the world, more and more countries are discovering the power of chess to change lives.
¿Cómo influye el ajedrez educativo en el proceso de la toma de las decisiones de los estudiantes?
Many years ago, I worked with university students. And I know it will be shocking to some people that university students sometimes do not make good life decisions. I know that may come as a shock to some people. But I began teaching chess to 4th and 5th graders. And soon I discovered that they could outthink many of my university students. Now, they didn't have the same life experience, but the decision-making process to think about if I do this, not only this could happen, but this, and this could happen. And if this happens and I respond like this, what could happen next. So they were learning to think ahead. Chess teaches the fundamentals of critical thinking and decision making. In decision making, we have to generate solutions and then we have to assess them. Is that the right solution? Is that the right choice? So now students through chess are learning impulse control, not just to grab a piece or not just to say something or do something. They're learning how to think first and then evaluate. If I do this, what happens? Well, if I do this, what happens? So this has a tremendous impact on not just decision making, but then the application to their behavior. And many teachers talk about the changes in behavior of their students. Some who prior to that were causing trouble, maybe were starting fights, but once they were introduced to chess, they had learned how to control their impulses, to think about their actions, and it changed not only their behavior, but their attitude in the classroom, their ability to focus, to achieve better grades, to actually, in some cases, become a mentor to other students in the room. So they went from causing trouble to being a leader. So it has a tremendous impact on their decision making.
Un padre informado es un padre de nuestro lado. ¿Qué tan importante consideras el rol de los padres o la presencia en el ajedrez educativo durante ese proceso que están llevando los estudiantes?
Parents have an important role in chess and education. First of all, a parent who hears they're teaching chess at school might first think, what are they doing playing games? We don't have time to play games. I sent my children to school to learn. But when parents understand all the skills that their child is learning, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, creative thinking, by the way, these are the skills that every business in Costa Rica would want to hire. And when parents understand that, parents can now become a driving force to not only encourage their child to stay involved in chess, but also to encourage their school. We need to have a chess program. We need to have teachers trained. I want my child to be exposed to these skills. I want my child to be successful. Parents can be an important driving force in this kind of an initiative.
El Internet y la tecnología han revolucionado el mundo. ¿Cómo podemos complementar el ajedrez educativo con estas nuevas tecnologías?
So there is a minus side to the technology. There's also a plus side. The minus side is that often technology has distracted our students. And so they know how to touch a phone, but they don't know how to talk to people sitting at the table with them. They may look at a screen, but they don't know how to interact within a group. And these are important skills if they want to have a career, because you have to learn how to interact. So that's the downside, that sometimes technology distracts. But technology can also be an important, helpful tool. So there are programs like chesskid.com and LeeChess and chess.com. There are many of those programs that offer the opportunity for tutorials, so students can learn chess on their phone or on an iPad or their computer. But there are also opportunities for teachers. There's technology for teachers that they can use a chess board, like Logic Board is one that we use a lot in our training. And now teachers can create a chess position very easily on the board, or clear the board and just use a blank board for an example. So technology, yes, it can be distracting, but it also can be a powerful tool in the hands of teachers, and to be a supplementary, a complementary activity for students when they leave the classroom.
Muchas gracias por tu tiempo. Para ir terminando, ¿qué consejos nos das en general al país en Costa Rica para adquirir o seguir involucrando el ajedrez educativo?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. Thank you for inviting me to Costa Rica. I hope this is not my last visit, that this is one of many. But here's what I would tell Costa Rica. If you Reach a child, you change a family. Change enough families, and you change a community. Change enough communities, and you change a country. When you use chess as an educational tool, you are giving your child the skills that they need to be successful in and beyond the classroom. So Costa Rica, you have a chance to be a leader in education using this tool that other countries around the world are discovering, the power of chess to change that student's life. And when you change that life, you're changing communities, you're changing the countries, not in many ways. One way is because they have become the kind of people that you want them to become, thoughtful, making good decisions. That also has an economic impact for the country because if they have these skills and they have jobs, they are now contributing to society. So you have an opportunity, Costa Rica, to lead the way, show others how chess can change lives in your schools and in your communities and in your country.
Gracias por tu tiempo. ¿Quieres jugar una partida?
Sure. Because in chess, we always shake hands to show respect. Ah.